saying Jehovah.
What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, man, hope everyone having a wonderful day. And like I always say, man, I will always be humble and thankful for the comments, the likes, y'all sharing my videos, or even just subscribing to my channel. I gotta give y'all a big salute and much love. Now, before we get started, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Now, what the Democrats said, where the NAACP at, where the Congressional Black Caucus at, where the Urban League, where all these liberal organizations that always talk about racism, where are they? You might be saying, Brian, what you talking about, man? What you mean, where are they? Where are they about this Asian guy that unalived the 14-year-old kid? Where are they at? Why the NAACP not coming out and say, hey, we need to protest immigrant or Asian businesses? Why they not doing it? Why they only come out when it's something that's beneficial for them, but never beneficial for Black Americans? Somebody answer that for me. I haven't seen them make a remark. Maybe one person might have said something, but they never say, hey man, you know what happened in Carolina? Seeing that young baby boy that's 14 years old running for his life scared, being hunted by those two grown men and unalived. We got to do something about this. Why they not fear-mongering that? Like they fear-monger everything else. Why? Why? Or even mention about the Carmelo Anthony situation. They can mention how Trump racist, how things Trump is passing is undermining the Black community, how it's hurting Black people. But they're not talking about the jury or Carmelo Anthony. 3 Asians, 1 Middle Eastern, and the rest white men. And not one Black American or Black person on that jury. Why they not speaking about that, y'all? I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Y'all know that. I don't have the greatest vocabulary like some of my people that create content like I do. I don't know a lot about history. I'm not the smartest man or the most intellectual man or the best man that can articulate things. But one thing I do have is common sense and logic and discernment. And just looking at things like, y'all was doing all this shit with us. All this fear-mongering with us. With shit that really don't matter. But where it does matter is the stuff that happening with our Black children, our young Black babies. And y'all are nowhere to be found. Y'all made a bunch of hell about this redistricting. I keep messing that word up. By our votes about to be redistricted in these certain southern states. Y'all was crying and weeping, talking about our ancestors marched for nothing. Voting rights, all these things. But when stuff is unfair or when things happen to our Black babies, y'all don't say nothing. I wonder why. I wonder why, like I mentioned in the beginning, why the NAACP or the Congressional Black Caucus never come out and say, hey, we need to boycott these immigrant businesses that's in Black neighborhoods. We need to stop having these businesses in Black neighborhoods because either they sell stale products or they're very harmful to our people. Why they not coming out and say that? One of the things I say is because a lot of the people on the NAACP and the Congressional Black Caucus are immigrants anyway. But it's mighty funny when they want us to do these big corporations, boycott these big corporations, these white corporations, for a reason so they can get a check from these white corporations. But the main people that's in our communities that's harming us is the issue. That's wild to me. That's why I don't take the Democratic Party serious. And even though I'm talking about the NAACP, they supposed to be like, what, bipartisan or something. They not. They Democrat. Congressional Black Caucus, we all know Democrat. None of these people have our best interests. They only had their best interests for themselves, for their job, for their seat. So they could be the representative of us by not providing nothing for us. These people are the party of immigrants, man. I had a conversation yesterday, right, about the Democrats of old to the Democrats of now. I remember coming up in Jackson, Mississippi as a kid in the late 80s to like 99, y'all, before 2000, I say the 2001. There was so many programs for us as black youth to keep us out of trouble. There was so many different programs. This is Mississippi now, so I can just imagine in big cities. But there was so many programs for black youth to play baseball. They had programs for teaching black kids how to swim at these pool. We used to have these recreational parks around the city. Pretty sure all cities had that. We had upward bound programs. We had a thing, and I don't know if it's still going on, but we had this program called NYSP. NYSP was a program where during the summer, it depends on what side of town you stayed on. If you stayed out north or you stayed out west. If you stayed out west, you was going to Tougaloo. You was going to Jackson State. And if you stayed out north, you was going to Tougaloo. What this program was, they would bus you. They had buses that would pick you up from your neighborhood during the summertime, take you to these colleges, feed you. Listen to me. They will feed you breakfast, lunch, and I think they'll send you home by 3 o'clock, maybe. But what this did was, it kept us out the streets. It kept us out of trouble. They taught us about sports, mathematics, how to swim, how to do a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying? With our hands, how to build stuff. It was just a lot of constructive things. Now, did some little things pop off? Yeah, man. You know, we used to fight and stuff, all that, but that's what kids do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was structured. It was something for us to do. Daycares, after school cares, all these was going on with the Democrats, man. I will give them that. Was it reparations? No. Was it something to hold us over? Yes. It was less stressful for a lot of black people during that time. But something happened. I don't know what happened. I say when Obama got in office, but I'm going to say before he got in office. But something happened after a certain period of time where they start taking all the grants out of our neighborhoods, taking all the resources out of our neighborhoods, taking all the funding, all the things that we needed to sustain ourselves as black people. They took it away. And now you see destruction everywhere. When they took all that stuff away, and I remember I said, oh, they taking that, they taking that, they taking that, they taking that. I remember Boys and Girls Club used to be free. I think you had to pay like, what, $10, $25 for a year? But anyway, when they were taking all those things, I said, where the young people gonna go? Oh, this gonna be bad. Because now the young people ain't got nothing to do. Now the young people gonna be in the streets. And as time went on, you see the downward spiral in certain black communities around the United States, especially in Jackson. Jackson didn't used to be like it is, what it is now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jackson you might hear Jackson might be poor, Jackson, Mississippi might be poor, might be this and that, even during that time, but man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. It wasn't like that. Compared to what it is now, it is depressing. It's not a lot. It's a lot. It's some poor people there, but it's a lot of prominent black people out there too. So It's some great parts of Jackson and the great parts of Mississippi as a whole that where you have a lot of black people that sustaining themselves. But just the decline of Jackson is sad, right? But as time went on, the Democrats started going for the LGBT, focusing on them. They started focusing on these immigrants. They started focusing on these corporations. And they just started focusing on everything but black people. The same black people that got in the way they is. These representatives that we have. They no longer represent us. And the crazy part about it, before I end this live, y'all, by them not saying nothing about the Carmelo, offering us a hate crime bill strictly for black Americans, or them speaking out on how unfair the justice system is with our young 14-year-old brother. These people wanted our children. And they don't take it for our children, but they wanted our children to not go to a PWI college in the South. They do not want them to take the money. They do not want them to do anything to advance their life. Have generational wealth. Have the first time and maybe in their life they can finally buy their mama something, finally buy them a car, finally do something for themselves they haven't been able to do in their childhood. To stop that for them, for these Democrats, so they can have a seat to represent them, and they don't even represent them. These people are disgusting to me, man. Now, I think what's more disgusting about these Democrats, especially the black ones, they know better. They know better. And I understand, man, you know, a lot of them probably had positive ambitions, don't want to be a politician. Then once they get up in there in the belly of the beast, they clank up. They fall in line. And they be very dismissive towards us as black people. All this hooting and hollering about voting rights. But they ain't hooting and hollering about the discrimination, the unaliving of our black people in the hands of these immigrants, or in the hands of YT people, or how the system is. But they sure can point at the Republicans. They good at that. But anyway, y'all have a good one. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. And my prayers go out to the family of Cyrus Benton and the family of Carmelo Anthony. As I was watching hearing the transcripts and up there talking to the people up there at the courthouse, man, it sounded pretty good in Carmelo Anthony's favor. But keep in mind, there are 3 Asians, 1 Middle Eastern, and the rest white male on the jury in Collin County. But my prayers are with Carmelo Anthony also. Y'all be safe, and I love y'all. Salute.
When my heart was heavy, when my mind was tired, you walked into my shadows, lit a quiet fire. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. Every word you speak cuts straight through. Brian Jehovah, carving my youth into something real, something new. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. When the lies were louder than the voice inside, You are